Hey there, Marcel here from LiveProg. So nice of you to tune in to a different video. Yeah, again, another different video. That's what I set out to do. When I decided to reboot LiveProg, to pick it up again and make videos for LiveProg again, I said to myself, you know, I'm not just gonna do album reviews. I've done that. That was the reason that eventually got me to quit. So I decided I need to do things differently this time. But then again, when I look back, I've done over 20 album reviews again. So I'm kind of stuck back in that routine of doing album reviews. I did a couple of other videos in between, but not nearly enough. And there's one video and I am really procrastinating about. I keep pushing forward to it. I'm gonna do it eventually. I promise you I will gonna do it. And in case you're wondering, what the hell are you talking about? It's my Ranking the Arena albums video. I've been listening to the albums. I've been trying to figure out a way, you know, how I'm gonna rank them, because I did a Pendragon ranking video, which was a lot of fun to do. But my Arena, and I spoke to Clive Nolan about it, and Clive was very curious about that one, and he really wanted me to do it, and it's very hard. But I promise you, that video will come to the channel. But for now, I wanna introduce something new, something different that I wanted to do, and that is called Life of a Collector. Because, yeah, I'm a collector. I'm a collector of movies. I'm a collector of comic books. At least I've been for a lot of years. Lately not so much anymore. I'm back to collecting what I've been collecting most of my life, music. Yeah, and of course, you know, prog. A lot of prog, and especially right now, well, not right now, the past year, I'm full on back to collecting prog, but I also have a big collection of Prince. I have a big collection of pop music and soul and funk and other stuff. So yeah, I love music in many genres, but prog is back at my #1 spot. The idea came to me when I was listening to Also Eden's About Time. And then the thought occurred to me, like, I really love Also Eden as a band. I did a couple of reviews on them. You find them on LiveProg channel. But I never got to review their first album. And I really loved that one very much. And it was like, yeah, what am I going to do with that? I have a lot of albums in my collection and I never got to review on LiveProg, simply because I started LiveProg in 2010 and everything that was released before it, I never reviewed, only after. So, and I thought, you know, I could do, of course, you know, retro or throwback album reviews, but then I would be still going back to doing album reviews, and that's not what I want. I wanted to do something different, and like I said, I am a collector, so I figured out, you know what, let's focus on that, on the collecting part. I mean, I know that also in the prog community there are a lot of collectors, and everybody collects in their own way and has their own, you know, why they collect it and how they collect it and have their own budgets for it. Well, I'm a small budget collector, so yeah, that's why I have a small, modest collection. But anyway, I figured out, you know what, I'm just gonna go and make a series of videos where I go through, you know, a lot of stuff that I have here in my collection, to tell you why I collected them, what I like about it, what reasons for me are to collect them. And I'm curious, of course, along the way, to know how you feel about it. Are there reasons that I bring that you have as well? Or maybe you have kind of reasons why you collect things or why you like a certain band that I'm really interested in hearing. So I really hope that through the comments, you know, we can share some ideas about collecting music, about giving each other ideas about that. That is something that I'm looking forward to. And you know what, I'll decide I'm not just going to do this as an intro video. Let's actually take out 2 CDs. I'm just going to pick out 2. I'm starting with the A. I'm starting at the very start of my collection. And the first album I have in that collection is this one. A Liquid Landscape, Nightingale Express. Yeah, I discovered A Liquid Landscape, I think it was 2011 somewhere. I was at a Riverside concert at the Pool in Uden, and A Liquid Landscape was supporting them. And they were completely new for me, but I remember that they did a really energetic set. They really blew me away with what they played there. So I decided after the show, I just went up to the guys and said, listen guys, can we do, you know, an on-the-spot interview with you? I was really curious to find out a little bit more about them. We sat in a dressing room. It was dark. I mean, the video is on the LiveProg channel. If you look it up, you'll see it's really dark, but at least, you know, you can hear the guys. And they're telling a little bit about the origins of the band, about what they are all about. And I really loved that very much. I got a promo, and later on, of course, I also got the album, and I still love this album very much. Of course, they kind of disappeared from the radar a little bit. I did pick up some rumors that there might be some new music in the future. I really hope so. But at least I know that the vocalist of Liquid Landscape is now part of Inhalo. And again, in Halo, you can find, well, not a review. I didn't do a review, but I did an interview with the band, which is also, of course, on the LiveProg channel. So, yeah, this is an album I definitely am very happy to have in my collection. Another one is a little bit older, Abydos. And I gotta read this one because it's a long title. The little boy's heavy mental shadow opera about the inhabitants of his diary. This was a project by Vandenplas singer Andy Kunz. He's German, right? Yeah, and I remember back then I was not really into Vandenplas. I had a couple of albums of them and I really liked them, but I've always been a big fan of concept albums, of elaborate, rock opera things, and this, well, this kind of qualifies for it's almost a rock opera, but it's definitely a very interesting concept album. And I bought it back then, and I still have it. It's an amazing album. I love it very much. It's in a way, it sounds similar to Vandenplas, but at the same time, it is quite different from it. And yeah, I don't play it very often, but every time I do play it, it's like, yeah, man, this is really good stuff. And that's why I keep hanging on to this album. So yeah, two albums that I have my own reasons for collecting them. Are these albums in your collection? And if so, what is the reason that you have these albums in your collection, or one of them? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious about that. So, well, this is a start. I can already tell you next up is going to be AC/DC. Yeah, it's not really prog, but I got a couple of not really prog things, but I know music that prog people can definitely appreciate. So I have some AC/DC, I even have some Metallica in there, some Annihilator, and more stuff. So, but of course, a lot of prog coming up, and I'm going to do the stuff that I didn't really review. So I'll make some exceptions maybe here and there, but if there are albums in it that I already did a review of, I'm not going to feature them, because why should I already did that? But all right, that's it. That's what I'm going to do on this channel. So I hope you like it. I hope you watch it. And again, let me know in the comments your ideas about collecting. I really look forward to reading them. Thanks for watching. See you with the next installment.